7% of all high school athletes go on to play in college. As proud members of the 93% that didn't, this is Frat League.
All right, so welcome back, Frat League's episode 10. Hayden is back after being on vacation, drinking, possibly was the drunkest in the state at one point.
100%, bro.
We got pretty, got an episode. We got to catch up on some things. A lot of stuff to talk about in the NBA. Big Rudy Gobert trade, which I'm sure Hayden will get into. Steelers changing their stadium, possibly the biggest scandal in the NFL this offseason, some are saying, if I'm being honest. NFC South predictions, and then, as always, rakes and takes, and then we're finishing up with Hayden giving his, recap opinion on The Bachelor so far. Just had episode 1. Hayden, big Bachelor guy. So let's go.
Hayden knows Bachelor. Hayden knows Bachelor for those that don't know.
The balls and
Hayden
Bachelor.
does know. Kid just knows balls and Bachelor. It's
not at the same time.
So I guess since we last were, filmed an episode, everything's kind of been happening in the off season for the NBA. We're at that weird dead part of sports where it's just baseball. And I am a huge baseball guy, but as also just a lover of everything sports. It's better when there are multiple sports on. But right now, it's just baseball. O's are hot, but besides that, I'm not really caring about what the Brewers are going to be doing in game 87. That's just not on my mind.
I feel like you're downplaying how excited you are about the O's having a 10-game win streak.
Oh, I'm saving that for our baseball talk. I have a rant ready for that. Don't worry.
Okay,
but let's NBA. Guess let's address the elephant in the room. Hayden, how are you feeling? Rudy Gobert for the moon and the sun and 2 first-round picks.
All right, so we gave away a lot. I understand that, but here's my thought process. When I first saw it, I was like, no fucking way. I was like, I saw Rudy Gobert. I was like, wow. And then I saw the players we gave away, and I was like, that sucks. I love Pat Bev. Who the fuck doesn't when he's not playing you? And then Jared Vanderbilt's a good young talent. Malik Beasley just beat the single season 3-point record or something like that for the Minnesota Timberwolves last season. So I was sad to see him go. And then the 5 picks, I was like, holy shit, that's so many picks.
Yeah. That's a lot of picks.
Yeah. I do kind of like
a lot of picks.
I like how some of them are they skip a year. So it's 2026 and 2028. It's not that bad. But if Rudy Gobert gets us an NBA title, that's fine. It's going to work for me. I'll take that trade. And if he doesn't and it falls apart, and we still have Rudy Gobert, we can still trade him for, first-round picks, first-round picks.
For 6 first-round picks.
Yeah, I think if we would get rid of everybody except Ant and then build around him, and we could just get those picks right back. So I'm not too pressed. It's honestly going to be told the next 2 seasons.
So is that how long you're giving it? 2 seasons?
Well, I'm saying I wouldn't start panicking if 2 seasons go by and we don't do shit. If we make the playoffs, if we make the Western Conference Finals or something like that, I'm still considering that a plus. I want to ride that out as much as we possibly can.
How old is Rudy Gobert?
27. Let me look.
Oh, he's a lot younger than I thought.
Let me look here. Hold up. Oh shit,
he's 29.
Yeah, he's 30. Still 30.
Okay.
30 is the new 25 in the NBA.
Apparently for Kevin Durant.
Yeah, and LeBron.
Yeah,
okay. So that's kind of a different species, though.
So would you what the Nets offered the Timberwolves Kevin Durant for Ant, Cat, and 5 first-round picks?
No. I'm so glad we did not do that because
that's disrespectful.
Yeah, bro. Who do you think we are? I don't know who you think you're dealing with. You're dealing with Alex Rodriguez, he's pretty well known in the baseball community. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, but like, I'm so glad they didn't give that away. Like,
that would have been horrible.
Yeah, it'd been a bad deal because it's just Ant and KD and then nobody.
What do you put around
Ant?
Kevin
They asked
Durant?
for Ant. They asked for Ant.
I'm saying like Ant. I would give a. Oh yeah, what the fuck am I thinking? Yeah,
it would just be KD on the Timberwolves.
It'd be like a worse situation of Brooklyn but colder.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm those rocket scientists. I just don't feel like KD and Pat Bev would have meshed well because that was before the Rudy Gobert trade. They offered that.
I don't know, bro. I think Pat Bev would be like lob sitting to KD. He'd give KD the ball all he wanted, and he would just annoy everybody else.
I feel like they'd go at it. Pat Bev would definitely be going too hard at practice, and KD would like sucker punch him. Yeah, because that's exactly how it would be.
Yeah. I can't believe Pat Bev gave the Timberwolves their version of an NBA title and jumped on the table just to be traded for Rudy Gobert.
Hey,
think about that. Think about that. He put the city on his back. He let the city know what was happening, and they got traded for Rudy Gobert.
Bro, he really was so good.
He did shut down the entire league at one point.
Honestly, bro, like of all the parts, like
lockdown.
If we gave, I'm not joking. Actually, this is probably bad to say. I was gonna say if we would have gave one more first round pick but kept Pat Bev, I'd have been like, all right, I'll take that. But then again, that's saying Pat Bev's worth a first round pick and he's not.
But you know what? Like, is he worth a 2035 first round pick? Because that's what like range you were getting in.
Yeah,
he's got a bank. You don't suck.
I love his mentality and like just having the asshole on the court be on your side. And for some reason, refs love him. Refs give him all the calls. You'd think they would hate him, and they give him all the shit. They love him.
Blunder, I caught what you said right there. You said Rudy Gobert's a lockdown.
had to throw that in there.
He is a lockdown. Although, how many players in the NBA can say that they've shut down the entire league before?
And that video is so bad because like he's so childish. Like,
yeah,
touching that was horrible. When it came out,
go ahead.
I was gonna say when it came out 2 days later that he tested positive, everyone was like, "There's no way."
Yeah, like, there's no. Probably like, "Oh, nothing's gonna happen because of this shit. I'm just slapping the mics around." It's like, "Oh, the world."
When he got the phone call, he was positive. He was like, "There's no way." Like in his head, he was like, "Oh my god."
He was probably like, "Oh, this is a bad look."
He's like. Dude, that is horrible.
It's like when you do something in like elementary school where you think you wouldn't get caught or something, and then like there's a teacher just watching you, or like maybe like getting caught cheating in kickball or something, and then like somebody like knew you cheated. They call you out on it, and you're like, "Oh, dude, I'm so busted."
Rudy Gobert shutting down the league because of COVID and getting caught cheating in kickball. Just
it's kind of
similar. It is kind of similar. His actions, rather, his like he tried to be
his selfishness.
He tried to be sneaky and funny, and he bit him in the ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now I'm on the same page as you. Well, now DeAndre Ayton just signed, or I guess there's an offer sheet.
Bro, that's a bombshell news.
Yeah, that's it's the biggest offer sheet in NBA history. It's like 4 years, 133. And like, did the Pacers just give him that knowing that the Suns were going to match anything? And they were like, let's just like screw the Suns. Like, they're like, let's just give him the biggest offer sheet in NBA history.
That's honestly not a bad idea. It's not a bad strategy. Because like you lose nothing. Like, if anything, you just like, hey, we shot our shot. Yeah.
No, well, anything, you just signed DeAndre Ayton to the biggest offer sheet. And like, so like then you have the contract, but it looks like the Suns are going to keep him or sign it, which is
crazy.
Wild.
That's so much money.
Once again, not a rocket scientist, don't have a PhD, but I don't think DeAndre Ayton will solve the Pacers' problems.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
What are the Pacers trying to do? Who do they have? Halliburton and they would have Ayton. That's literally it.
They have someone posted the team. I was like, oh, that's actually not a bad team.
Is Brogdon on the team still?
No.
Brogdon's gone?
What about Bogdan?
Brogdon's on the Celtics. He's on the Celtics now. He just signed.
What about Bogdanovich?
Yeah. Bogdanovich is on the Hawks, isn't he?
Yeah. Or no, his
Yeah,
older
dude,
brother, Bojan.
There's two people in the NBA and their names are very similar, or they're brothers.
Yeah, Bogdan and Bojan.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I think Bojan's on there.
Oh, bro, you know, I mean,
this league.
Don't the Pacers have fucking greatest player of all time, T.J. McConnell?
No, they just lost him. Wait.
What
No,
about Thaddeus
TJ
Young?
Warren.
Is he still playing?
What?
Is Thaddeus
Did you mean
Young still playing?
TJ Warren?
No, T.J. McConnell, little white boy from Arizona.
Oh, yes, I know who you're talking about.
Dude,
I'm not
I
kidding.
think you mean to say Ayton, Halliburton, and then T.J. McConnell. That's your big three, bro.
On the squad. I haven't watched a Pacers game probably since Paul George was there because they're not in the playoffs ever, and it's not like they're on primetime television. I'm just being genuine. I boycott. I boycott the NBA like once a season. So
it was nice watching the Pacers try their absolute best just to lose to LeBron in the first round every year.
that was every
They
team
did
in the
have
East.
that issue.
Every team
They
in the
kept
East
having
had
that
that
issue.
issue. No,
Pacers
LeBron
and the Raptors. I
Poor
noticed all the
Raptors,
time.
dude. The Raptors got it so bad. They didn't even. He swept them like 3 different times.
In the last, when he swept him, he ended Game 4 on a buzzer beater, like offhand.
And it was
foot.
like his second one of the series, and they were the 4 seed, and the Raptors were the 1 seed. And he swept them, dude. He owns the East. I'm sorry, he owns the East.
All right. So anyway,
anything else going
trying
on
to
in the
think what
NBA?
else. I mean, the Kevin Durant stuff, like KD's
Too much drama to get into it.
I would
The
love
Nets
to
asking price is insane.
Oh,
I love it. I
have 2 things I want to say. One, for some reason, I don't know why, but like the Cavs, something about the Cavs, man. It's like something that you feel in the air.
Dude.
I don't know what it is, bro.
They're going to be sneaky good.
That's exactly what
They're
going
to be sneaky good.
They're going to be sneaky. I don't know what it is. Like, I think they got a good young team. Darius Garland, all of them, bro. Colin Sexton.
Like, dude, if they're a 5 seed, I wouldn't want to face them in a 7-game series.
They still have Jared Allen, right?
Yeah.
Jared Allen's one of the best centers in the league by far.
And they got
Afro too.
Mobley. Mobley's so nice. They have Karis LeVert coming off the bench.
Yes, and he's a hometown kid.
Dude, and they're still working with I think Colin Sexton's a restricted free agent, but and still like Garland is insane.
Yeah, that team's really good in the East.
Did you guys watch the All-Star game last year?
No.
NBA All-Star game?
Yeah.
Oh, remember when not Karis LeVert, Darius Garland came in and was just like shooting threes from the volleyball line hypothetically? Dude, yeah, he was draining for no reason.
Yeah.
I did watch the All-Star game.
I was like, Darius Garland's in the All-Star game, and then he just put up like 12 in like 45 seconds. I was like,
yeah,
my boy.
I remember that because I bet the over.
Dude, you got it. I think it hit by 2 points or something, bro.
Yeah.
Have to.
It was like 394.
The over. It's always like at 400, and you're like, you know what? Yeah, this is happening. And it's the All-Star game. You're like, oh, this is free money. They put the over-under in a basketball game at 400 points, and we're like, oh, free money on the table.
Dude, the other free money in the All-Star game is like Jimmy Butler's under. Because he never tries. He doesn't try. If you watch him, he walks up and down the court. He's in his over/under set at like 6.5 points, and he hasn't. I don't think he's scored a point in the All-Star game or like more than 2 in a single All-Star game. And his under is hit every single time. Life hack for you next year. Just saying.
Well, if he just goes super hard, like this is what he's trying to get.
He won't, dude. That's not how he is. You know how Jimmy is, dude. He don't care about that stuff. Him and DeMar DeRozan, they like don't care.
The only other thing I was gonna say was if KD. So I hate KD because he left the Thunder to go to the Warriors. Like I think I ruined his legacy. I don't care how many championships he wins. Like that was just such a bitch move. If he goes back to the Thunder, like if he gets a trade, like prefers the Thunder and goes back and plays with them, I'll take everything back. You KD and Chet Holmgren, bro, dude, and they have the picks. You know what I'm saying? They can afford it. I think if they go back to the Thunder, that'll be an awesome reunion, and I'll take back everything I said.
I would. I agree.
I don't know, man. That's just. Is he choosing to go back, or are they just sending him back?
Well, because he has if he gives a preferred list, he's like, hey, I know OKC has a lot of picks they can give you, and it'd be nice to return there and like mend some burnt bridges, things like that. Let's do that. I mean, that's a dream scenario. He probably doesn't.
I'd have to picture the scenario in order for me to get some respect for Katie. I'm not gonna lie, Katie's Twitter game has made me respect him some more.
He's so funny.
He is very funny on Twitter. I enjoy it. But
He wakes up and just chooses violence on Twitter
every single day. He doesn't care. He doesn't hold anything back. But I don't know. It's going to take a lot for me to respect KD as a basketball player. I know that's not really saying anything coming from me, but
yeah, he'll remember that.
He probably, if he hears this, dude, he'll clap back at me on Twitter. He will he will end my career like that.
Yeah, that would be bad.
I'll catch a stray real quick.
Just casual stray from KD on Twitter would be tough.
I wouldn't respond either. He'd dig me a hole and just bury me in it.
I wouldn't respond.
I would hide. I would, dude. Just because I've seen what he said to some of these people. I've seen what he said to some of these people. I don't want to be treated the way he treats people.
Just report the tweet.
Yeah, report him.
Just report the tweet.
Report him for cruelty.
All right, let's move on to the biggest drama in the NFL offseason by far. Steelers changing their stadium's name from Heinz Field to, how do you say it, Acrisure Stadium?
Acrisure Stadium. Actually, also, the way you pronounce it correctly is Heinz Field. That's what you should call it from now on. I will not call it Acrisure Stadium.
That's what it is. Heinz Field is dead. You guys killed it.
Heinz Field is dead. Yeah.
Fuck off.
Really bad.
That's disgusting.
Hey, they can have the stadium. It's still Heinz Field, okay? They didn't claim the field. They just have the stadium around the field. I'm going to Heinz. I'm going to go watch a game on Heinz Field. I'm not lying.
So is Heinz Ketchup going to change their name too? Are they going to start putting Acrisure on bottles and stuff?
Yeah.
No.
Acrisure, the Michigan brand.
Dude, that's the thing that pisses me off the most is if it was an insurance brand based out of Pittsburgh, okay, it's Pittsburgh roots, but it's literally it's an insurance brand based out of Michigan of all places, no ties to Pittsburgh at all. The only reason is that one of our minority owners of the team is the co-founder of Acrisure. And I want to point out also, when I say minority owner, I do not mean a person of color. I mean that he does not hold a majority share of the team. I didn't think I had to explain that, but I told people that at work. I told people that at work, and they were like, why would that matter if he's black? I'm like, he's not black. He's a minority owner. I'm like, yeah, we know that's what you're saying.
I'm sorry, but whoever said that is an idiot.
It's
very obvious.
No, bro. He does not own a majority of the team. Yeah.
Well, why does it matter?
Yeah, whoever you had that conversation with is an idiot. I'm sorry if they're an active listener.
Well, that's your healthcare system right now, boys and girls.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why does it matter?
But also, I didn't know this, and I guess money talks the most, but Heinz was paying the Steelers $2.8 million a year for 20 years. I don't know how long Acrisure's contract is, but it's $10.8 million a year. So they're
wow,
over
$8 million increase
annual revenue. So I mean, it'd be nice. Yeah, it'd be nice if the cap didn't exist and we could sign anybody all that money, but it does.
Do you so you think the change of the field will affect future free agency signings? People won't want to go to
It's not gonna have any effect on play or anything. It's just disappointing. It's one of the best.
I feel like it does.
It could.
It
definitely could.
Acrisure, what are you gonna do? Take a player to visit Acrisure Stadium?
Right. I know the man whose stadium has purple seats is not talking shit right now. All right.
Meet me at the bank. At the bank.
That's a third tier bank. Third tier.
Meet me at Acrisure. Meet me at the Sure.
Dude, I'm gonna call it what did I say? I'm gonna call it the Ack. The Ack.
The Ack. Meet me at the Ack.
Bro, get some lean or something. Get that Ack in the Ack.
We drinking Ack in the Ack.
Dude, for sure, you got to, especially during Raven games.
I wish there was something we could create a nickname for the new name of the stadium, but to make it cool. But
it's
Heinz
a hard
Field
enough
just
word
has
as
a ring
is.
to it. Yeah, Heinz Field has a ring to it. Nobody wants to go to a tailgate and say, "Let's go tailgate at Acrisure Stadium."
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I wish we could come up with something, but
I love how all the major news outlets are just super straight up about it all. And they're like, Pittsburgh changes field name. Everyone hates it.
Dude,
And
even
it's
Ben
just-
Roethlisberger was like, I gotta come back and fix this.
Yeah, like that is horrible.
I gotta come sprain my ankle one more time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I didn't play my whole career for you guys to. What if you guys would have named it Ben Roethlisberger Stadium?
That
would
would have been weird.
That'd have been controversial.
Yeah, bro. I can't wait to go to the AC.
The ACK attack.
Yeah,
Oh,
is that what they're gonna call? What if
That's
they
what
call
start
that
using
little?
Anytime the Steelers beat the Bengals.
No, what if they start like rope off a little section? You know how there was like the black hole and like the old Coliseum for the Raiders? Like they call it the
Dogtown.
Yak Attack. Yeah, but it's the Yak Attack.
What about the yak attack? And they just like rope off a corner for the way too drunk people just to puke in.
The Yak Attack.
I like that. I would need that for sure.
You would be in that corner probably.
Yeah, I just get like season tickets right there.
Just get it right in the Yak Attack.
I'm getting season tickets for the yak. Like,
this-
oh, what's that? Oh, dude, we get fucked up and we just go
Bring 'em
puke.
up.
Get fucked.
Bring a mop.
Bring them. Does this affect home field advantage? I think it does.
Yeah.
Puke
So,
puke
so
up some
I will
Heinz
say,
ketchup.
I
Puke
will
up some
say-
Heinz ketchup on the field.
hey, Art Rooney Sr. said there's a possibility that if you see the scoreboard where the giant ketchup bottles and when they get in the red zone they tilt down. He said like Heinz can still stay like a minority sponsor, so like they could be like a small. They won't
What
be
do you
named
mean by that?
They're not going to be the biggest sponsor. They be a smaller sponsor, and they'll just do like the scoreboard, so we can still have the ketchup bottles. If the ketchup bottles stay up, we're good. No, home field advantage is the exact same.
Okay.
So there's a lot riding on them being a minority owner.
Yeah. The only thing I would say is if they turn the ketchup bottle, if Heinz backed out, and Iron City Light, the beer company, bought that sponsorship, they turn the ketchup bottles into beer bottles, and the beer would flow on the scoreboard. That'd be fire.
So
You've
the
thought of
ketchup
that.
bottle stay.
Yeah, or beer bottles. And yes, I have thought about that.
I was gonna say that was not off the dome. You had planned that for a little bit.
So the ketchup stays in the stadium, like it'll still be there this year?
Fingers crossed.
Okay. I don't know. I think you still keep home field advantage then, just strictly because of the ketchup.
Exactly.
This will impact betting. I'm gonna be,
This
more apt to bet the away team if the ketchup bottles aren't there.
Remove the ketchup bottles, the wind might increase. It might affect kicks.
It's already
Which side of the field is Boswell on? Is he past the 50-yard line?
The longest kick in Acrisure Stadium history is actually only 56 yards.
Yeah, by Jeff Reed.
Because the wind is horrible.
Yeah.
Maybe it's that
No
damn
ketchup
bottle.
bottles. Yeah, no ketchup bottle maybe impacts that.
Telling you, bro.
Maybe Boswell really has a boot. You just can't do it in Acrisure.
Dude, he does have a boot. I swear. He has a higher. I'm pretty sure he might. I might be wrong with this, but I think he has a higher accuracy percentage than Justin Tucker. But it's only because they make Justin Tucker kick 60-yard field goals, and he can't make all of them.
That's cap. He doesn't. Justin Tucker has the highest kick accuracy in NFL history by a percentage point. He's the only one with 90.
And he might be 2.
Yeah, he's.
It's probably within 45 yards or something.
Yeah,
Boswell inside 45 is stamp it, take it to the bank.
And it honestly might be affected because he missed 2 this year, and I think Boswell missed 0 or 1.
No one's touching Tucker. He could miss it was literally a stat. He could miss 25 straight, and he was still the most accurate.
Okay, then we're just wrong. And the boy who sings opera can kick really good field goals. Okay, we get it.
He can sing opera.
Fun,
he can, bro.
It's insane.
Yeah,
He's
Tucker,
really good.
Tucker is number 1. Harrison Butker is 2. Younghoe Koo is 90, and then Boswell is 88.3%.
I'm just way wrong. I mean, to be fair,
he pulled up this stat out of nowhere.
I did preface it by saying I might be wrong on this. You cannot hold me accountable.
Maybe it was last season, You would think maybe it's like just last season.
More of the story, Boswell, not a bad kicker.
Yeah, okay. Still top four. Still top four.
Yeah.
I'll take that. He's definitely top 4.
It just isn't the best overall.
I just say he has Pro Bowl seasons, but like Justin Tucker just takes them all. Like the only time he'll get in the Pro Bowl is if the Ravens go to the Super Bowl and he has to replace Tucker.
So I guess this year's open.
Maybe, yeah, I'm already planning the silver lining at next time.
What if Justin Tucker can't kick in Acrisure Stadium?
See, it's already fucking other fans up.
Yeah, it's tough. Yo, huge L for every commentator who's got now. Just
dude, that's gonna
Heinz
suck.
Field,
That is
Acrisure Stadium. We'll
Are
no
you
longer
looking
get
at
welcome
NFC
to
South?
Heinz Field.
We're
Yeah,
gonna get
I
into
feel like,
NFC South.
yeah. NFC South, I feel like it's a one team. Like the Bucs are gonna win it, at least in my mind, and then it's the rest of the team. Unless Baker Mayfield goes on revenge tour.
Dude, I don't know what I was doing.
Baker Mayfield.
I don't know what I was doing in my notes, but for some reason I just had the Falcons at 0-10. That's all I wrote down.
Falcons have a wild season.
Yeah, bro. It's not a bad guess. It could happen.
Six cancellations due to COVID.
7 cancellation.
7,
Forfeits.
sorry.
They just don't even make them up. They're like, you know what? Like, you guys are good. They just they're 0-10 and they just send them home. They're like, listen.
They boycott playing at Acrisure Stadium.
Do we all agree that the Bucs are going to win the division and want to talk about the Falcons?
100%, dude.
Yes.
That's just the
Bucs win it. Brady.
Are we staying on the Bucs right now?
Yeah, I said 13-4.
Dude, I have them at 11-6, but like that's like, I know that doesn't sound very good for the Bucs, but dude, their schedule is hard.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Like they have at Arizona, home against the Bengals, at the Niners, at the Browns, home against the Rams, home against the Ravens, at the Steelers, home against the Chiefs, home against the Packers. Like those are all 50-50 games. And then you throw in the 2 games against the Saints, where the Saints somehow always figure out a way to destroy Tom Brady.
Jameis.
The Saints defense versus Tom Brady is always ridiculous. So I'm just giving that a split.
I cannot believe
I don't know,
Brady
dude.
came back.
Hayden, you gave me a weird look
back.
when I said those are 50-50 games. What do you?
Well, so I was thinking about I don't know. I think you're giving a little too much credit to the 49ers and the Browns. And it's only because, I was thinking about, well, they did go to the NFC Championship last year, but, Jimmy G is kind of, up in the air. I mean, Trey Lance hasn't really done much, so it's kind of like a toss-up. Then I realized that's 50-50, just like you said. And then the Browns, I think Deshaun's going to get at least 4 games, so I think it's going to just be a weird season for them.
I think he's gone, bro. I think he's done for the year.
Really?
I think he's done for the year. I feel like
so they play. I've heard things where he's getting 4 to 6. I've seen 8 games. I've seen all season. I've seen everything. But the real reason
I've seen exempt list.
The Browns and whatever other team, the Niners that you mentioned as 50-50 games, was just strictly because they're on the road, and those are those are tough places to play. If they were home games, I probably wouldn't have looked at them twice. Probably would have thought it was a dub. But I'm a big believer in home field advantage. I think that's a huge factor, especially in the NFL. And that's really my reason for a toss-up. Do I think they'll lose those games? Not necessarily, but especially when they go through the stretch where they play the Packers and the Chiefs at home, but they're back-to-back weeks, and that's coming off of Cowboys, Saints, Packers, Chiefs. They're going to have to deal with some sort of injury. Someone's going to be tired. There's just no way they walk out of that for those first 4 games 4-0. You know what I mean?
And Brady doesn't really care in the regular season, towards the end. He's just getting to the playoffs. He's not gonna stress and be if they go down 21, he's not gonna be pressed to we gotta win this game.
And 10-7 in that division and in the NFC gets you to the playoffs easily.
Yeah,
easily. So
Well,
I got them 11-6.
Yeah, if we want to Zach, you have anything else to talk about? I was going to say about the Falcons.
No, I have the Bucs at 12-5. I think Brady, like you said, they have a tough schedule, but it's still Tom Brady. They don't have Gronk. I think that Maybe he hurts them a little bit. We'll see. Maybe Gronk comes back because he's liable to just do that at literally any time. But they're going to win the division pretty easily. There's no one I see threatening them in this division.
Who's there? Don't they still have a decent tight end without Gronk?
O.J. Howard.
Yes, who else? I wanted to say Njoku for some reason, but I knew that was wrong.
Same draft, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that's why.
Yeah.
But go ahead. What you got about the Falcons?
Just like ever since the Super Bowl to the Patriots, they lost. Like I just feel so bad. It's like, and because they just keep trying, they keep just being awful. Like seeing like a deer, a baby deer's broken leg after got hit by a car, run away. You're like, oh, like I don't want to get out and help you, but I feel really bad about that. But like it just like breaks my heart, man. And like I want them to be good, just because like that sucks. And like I really like Desmond Ritter. Like he did a good thing to Cincinnati, and he's got a baby, and they made that a story on every college game day he was ever on. So I really want the Falcons to do good, but it's not going to be this year.
What is he?
The
A
media
26-year-old
loves-
rookie?
Yeah.
He's so old.
Yeah, he is old.
But they'll what, start Mariota?
What? He'll be 30 when he gets off his rookie contract.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's wild. Imagine your first like actual contract in the NFL is you're 30.
Yeah, and if they give him a 5th-year option, he'll be 31.
Well, no, he doesn't have that.
Oh, he didn't?
No, he didn't go first round.
Oh, I didn't know the 5th-year option was.
Yeah, no, that's only first rounders.
Really? I thought it was just like per contract.
No, it's only first rounders. That's why it's big to draft. That's why the Ravens traded back in the first to get Lamar. Because
Dude, Zach always knows little stuff like this about like all drafts and stuff, and it's so like.
Dude, I'm obsessed
I love it.
with the
Like
draft.
I learned
I'm
something.
obsessed with the draft.
I'm gonna need you to explain to me like compensatory picks and what all that shit means, because that shit, the calculations of how you get a compensatory pick, I don't get it.
Well, it's all based off like how much money you sign and then like statistics and like, so if a guy gets voted to the Pro Bowl, if he makes an all-pro team. So like if he makes an all-pro team, he's automatic, like you get a 3rd round pick. But then they're like, so the Ravens lost an assistant coach. Culley became the coach for the Texans, but because he's a minority, an up-and-coming minority, the Ravens got 2 third-round picks because he just signed to be the head coach of the Texans.
Heck
So
yeah.
but literally compensatory picks is just like if you lose a big free agent. But like if you sign a big free agent, it like X's them off. So that's why that's why after June 1st, all compensatory picks are like off the table. So that's why a lot of guys sign after June 1st. Yeah, compensatory picks are weird. Like it's all about how much money they got, like playing time, like they have to start a certain amount of games, make like a all-pro team. So it's wild.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why you got to root for the guys who leave your team. That's what the Ravens do. We just lose guys and then get thirds for them. That's why we had 4 third-round picks this year. It's just like we just hop on the third-round pick train. We're like, we're just going to get a bunch of thirds. So but back to the Falcons. They have what? Pitts, Mariota.
Yeah.
Like that's Calvin Ridley. That's a big thing no one talks about. Calvin Ridley like does not want to play for the Falcons anymore. And
like football.
Yeah, he's still how long is he suspended for again?
The whole season.
Whole season. He's out the whole year.
I forgot about that. Oh my god, I forgot.
And it was like a $50 parlay too.
If Deshaun doesn't get the whole season after he gets that and then he lose the parlay. I think
it wasn't even worth it.
He lost the parlay. Imagine you have a parlay you're so confident in that you will give up a year of your NFL career and then you lose it and then get suspended for a year. Like that's tough.
Yeah.
Imagine like getting all that NFL money and then like throwing it all away for a $50 parlay.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, how much did this pay out? This must have been like
a band on it. He didn't even put a band on it. He wasn't even that confident. It was probably like 1% of his salary. Not even. It was probably like 0.25% of his salary. Like
weekly salary, $50. He makes how much? Probably a few mil a year because he's on his rookie deal still.
Yeah.
Actually, is he?
Whatever.
Still.
Yeah, he is. That was his second year.
It's gonna be insane. Like I just cannot. If they don't give Deshaun the full season after Calvin Ridley gets the full season for betting, and did he bet on the Falcons? Like there was your first mistake.
Yeah.
Like they should have seen that and been like, oh, so he just sucks at that.
Dude, he just doesn't know ball.
We gotta
what
retire him for a year to teach him the proper ways to bet.
Yeah, they're just gonna be putting Calvin Ridley through he's gonna have to sit down on Sundays for suspension with like a betting expert, and he's just gonna be talking him through. He's gonna be like, you gotta look at the live money line now. Like you see how these odds are switching.
What 1-800-GAMBLER isn't actually for the people that have gambling problems. It's just to teach you how to bet better.
Yeah, if every fifth call was a winner, it'd be a lot more popular.
You see Falcons, you take the opposing team's spread. That's simple.
Didn't think we had to explain this, but do not bet on the Falcons. He's like, man, I got them as my lock of the week.
I got the Falcons. I have the Falcons being really bad this year.
Yeah, I have 6-3.
6-3.
Sorry, 6-13.
19 games.
What the fuck do I have? Holy shit!
You all right over there?
I meant 4-13. My bad. I don't know why I put 6.
I have them 3-14.
Yeah,
I think they might get. Okay, here's my thing though. I wouldn't be upset if like CJ Stroud got drafted to the Falcons, because that's like a team with like. I don't like. They could be good in a few years. Like where
they get Calvin Ridley back soon.
Like he probably won't be there. But like as with the Texans, like they don't have any hope for years, dude. Like I don't even think they have picks coming.
And dude,
like,
it's a city like when you're good, like that environment's so fun. Like when
Vic was
out at the
exactly.
With Dion on the Falcons, they went to the Super Bowl. Like Atlanta was. I would
love for CJ Stroud if they were to potentially get the 1 or 2 pick this year, and he falls to Atlanta. Falls as in like he's not going number 1, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I will say we were talking about don't bet on the Falcons. I was just thinking my first parlay I ever hit or almost hit. First parlay I ever placed. First parlay I ever placed.
The first parlay I ever bet.
Like, it was my first.
Almost won.
It was my first bad beat. Is what it was. So I parlayed a bunch of games, like money lines, and they all hit. All the Falcons had to do was beat the Cowboys. I don't know if you remember this game, but they were up by.
What year? This year?
2 years ago.
Right.
They were up by I think 13 with 2 minutes left. And the Cowboys scored a touchdown, got the onside kick, and then scored again, and they lost. And I got rid of like $300, bro. I was so mad. I couldn't believe it.
Gambling's not fun. Gambling's fun, but gambling, like, it's what happens. Like, I swear, like, they know. They're like, yo, just, you got to lose this now. They know, like Vegas just knows it. It pisses me off, but Vegas just knows.
Oh, he's one leg away. Let's rip this from him.
It's like the
let's
Buffalo
put the sprinklers on.
Dude, I remember what I had last year. I was the last leg. I was like driving back, and I like pulled over on the side of the highway just to place it because I've like finally got in Virginia, and it was like 12 o'clock on a Sunday. I had 1 hour, and it was like I placed like a 5-leg parlay, paid out a lot, but. The Jets were my last leg, and I know what you're saying. Whoa, the Jets, they were playing the Jaguars. So it was like, they were at home, so I liked my chances. It was over, dude. Like, it was over. They were up a score. They could have, like, first down, they knee it out. They did something stupid where they threw an incompletion, so the Jaguars didn't have to waste a timeout. They take it all, like, they end up punting. And the Jaguars have to, like, 2-minute drill. They have, like, 2 timeouts. I'm like, okay. They were up to, like, 4, like 3. They were up something weird. Like a field goal wouldn't have won, like or tied it either. So the Jags march all the way down the field, first and goal on like the 2-yard line. They get like a goal line stand and then like an offensive holding on the 1-yard line, and they didn't run or they threw the ball out of bounds on the last play of the game with no time.
Oh, I forget.
Something really stupid because I was like, I lost it. And then the Jaguars were just so Jaguars. It was just like,
the Jaguars, they're just bad. Jaguars
They
are just
just-
horrendous.
Sometimes
Except
they
in
don't.
the 2018 playoffs.
Sometimes they don't know how to play.
Dilly dilly.
football.
2017, sorry.
That was Blake
Yeah.
Bortles, man. We can't even like.
Yeah. That was playoff Lenny just down your throat for 4 quarters.
Now
Oh,
they
yeah,
got.
the Panthers. The Panthers
Now
are
they
up
got.
next.
Now they got Kelly Lawrence.
Yeah. Yeah, so Panthers,
Loser
Baker.
with long hair.
Bro, I think the Panthers are having like their quarterback room is having a mid-off, bro. Like it's Sam Darnold versus Baker. Like it's
Versus
just a
Matt Corral. Don't forget Matt Corral.
Yeah, I'm sure. What's his face? Was it Nash or Nash? Not Nash Greer. Will Greer is probably back there too.
I think he is. What a quarterback room.
Dude, it's like
that quarterback room in college. That's
That's a
insane.
pretty good quarterback from college.
That is an insane college quarterback room. Sam
Yeah.
Darnold, Baker Mayfield, Matt Corral, and what's his name? You
Will
just
Greer.
said. Will Greer.
Yeah, but my thing about the Panthers though is besides their average ass quarterback room, their season will depend on if Christian McCaffrey can stay healthy or not. That's like bottom line because if like he's such a weapon that it like changes your whole like setup and play style. If you don't have him, you have very limited other options, and it's very hard to win. So I said they'll either go.
Who's that? Who is it you're talking
Christian McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey.
about? Oh, okay. That's who I thought. I just was making sure.
I said they'll either go something like 10-7, like a pretty good year with Christian, or like 5-12.
Yeah, they're very one or the other. They're not going to have a mediocre season unless McCaffrey plays like 8 games.
Yeah.
But McCaffrey makes or breaks that team. Like,
Yeah. I never
He's
drafted
that
him
type of
fantasy 'cause
player.
He's always hurt.
You can't. It's hard to rely on him, dude. But
if I had the first overall pick, I would go. If I had the first overall pick this year, I'm going McCaffrey.
Like,
You go
dude, he's got to have
McCaffrey?
a full. He's got to have a full season eventually,
Yeah.
right?
Bro,
Eventually, I'm just throwing my name in
He's
the line.
gotta
He
have a
literally,
full
he
season
can
eventually.
win. He can win you a fantasy football title by himself. Like, that's how good he is. If he's healthy, that you just take your shot. You're either going to be the worst in the league or the best in the league. Like, it's what you do drafting him.
I have the first round pick, and my friend group at Back Homes, like a fantasy group, we've been doing this since my junior year of high school. And I have the first round pick, so I'm announcing what I'm going to say if you're listening. I am getting Jonathan Taylor because he's always healthy. He's not glass like Christian McCaffrey is, bro. And Derrick Henry got hurt a
This is
little
the
bit.
number one
too.
pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had Derrick Henry last year, who's really, really good. But he got injured later in the year. But, dude, Jonathan Taylor's healthy. He's good. He's got a set of wheels on him. He's my first round pick.
I had the 7th pick last year, so I'm hoping I get a really good pick this year. I either want 1, 10, or 5. Actually, I don't know. 5 kinda sucks.
Yeah, I want 1, 2, or like 9, 10. Like, I
Yeah,
hate being in the middle.
Same boat.
I need to be end or beginning. I hate being in the middle.
I have the Panthers going 7 and 10. Just, I mean, like it's a mid.
That's what I have them.
Room 7 and 10, and
Actually,
they'll be very average.
I'm gonna change mine to 10 and 7 because I think Mayfield wins the competition, and I think Mayfield's actually gonna like have a chip on his shoulder and like could potentially like do that thing where he shows up for like 7 games and then McCaffrey can win them 3. But like if Mayfield shows up and McCaffrey show up on the same day, they're a really good team.
Dude, I'll say, yeah, Mayfield and McCaffrey's kind of dirty, bro.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
kinda
you
cool.
got 2 of the first 3 picks in the 2018 draft.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a great quarterback room. Like, look at that.
Yeah.
Once again, that's an insane college quarterback room. Got to give him credit. And it's Matt Ruley, an incredible college coach who hasn't made in the NFL. If this squad just went back to the NCAA, the Panthers would be filthy. I think the Panthers could be.
Curtis Samuel was amazing. Actually, he's on the Commanders now, isn't he?
Yeah,
I agree that if this pro team played in college football, I think they would be very, very good.
I think so too. I think they would be. I think they have a chance against Bama. I'll put that out there. I'll go on record and say I think the Panthers would put up a good fight against Bama. I think it'd be fun.
What about the Saints, bro?
All depends on Is Michael
Dude.
Thomas playing? Like,
Yeah,
what's his deal?
I think he is.
He wants to, I guess.
They got Olave now too.
Olave will get him to play. It's basically the New Orleans Buckeyes.
Yeah. Dude, with Jameis Winston as the quarterback, like, that's one of my new favorite teams. Like,
Dude,
that's
I
probably
love
number
Jameis.
2.
I love Jameis.
He's so
Just
funny.
throw it. Just chuck it.
Dude, I know. He's going to throw when he threw 50 touchdowns and 50 interceptions, whatever that stat was, bro. That's so damn funny.
Like,
He got
it's
LASIK
either
eye
touchdown.
surgery, though. He got eye surgery, so he's supposed to be better. But we only caught a glimpse of it last year because he tore his ACL or whatever. But
Yeah.
new eye Jameis, I don't know, dude. Could be dangerous.
What if he's just like insane? Like, he looks like he did another great college quarterback. This is a great division. And actually, the best quarterback in this division was the worst college quarterback.
Yep.
This division's wild.
I got the Panthers going 9-8, or Saints going 9-8 because the Saints are kind of like that team in the NFL where I don't really expect them to be good, and they always end up being pretty good. They just have a pretty well-run organization. You know what I mean? They're always like.
But no Sean Payton this year, so let's see how that impacts.
Yeah,
That's what I'm going with.
That could be a huge factor. But 9-8, that's not giving them too crazy of a season, but I don't think they'll go below 500. Just the Saints don't tend to go below 500, so 9-8 suits them well.
I go 8-9 just because I think Jameis is going to have a Jameis year where he's either going to win them the ball game or absolutely throw it all within the first like 2 quarters. Like, you can tell when Jameis is having a Jameis game. Like, you're like, oh boy. And those are the ones you kind of like to tune in on when Jameis just can't stop throwing interceptions because it's so funny. Because when he gets in that zone where everything's a pick, someone will be wide open and he'll just overthrow him by 30 yards and just hit the defender in stride.
That's why we love him.
It's incredible. He has no fear. He can throw 7 interceptions in a row and he will throw into double coverage without hesitation. So what? Have we covered all of the teams?
Yeah.
I think we did.
Yeah.
Go to Bachelor if you want.
Yeah, let's move on to
Hayden, I want to hear this. I don't know anything about
so
this.
It's the Bachelor's. So it's the Bachelorette.
It's the Bachelorette, yes.
So it's a bunch of dudes and one girl.
So usually, yes, a bunch of dudes and one girl. This season, though, shook it up a little bit. It's 2 girls. 2 girls. Yeah. Yeah. So what happened? So with I don't know if you guys know this. I'm about to mansplain to some men. The Bachelor and the Bachelorette. Like, so say there's like a Bachelorette. They'll choose one of the guys from the Bachelorette season to be the Bachelor. So there's the Bachelor with him, and they choose one of the girls from his season to be the Bachelorette. Now sometimes they do it from other seasons, things like that. But
all right, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, exactly. Keep it in the
I fuck with that. Keep it in the family.
So last season, this dude, I can't remember his name. That's how much of a dildo he was. But he like told like all 3 girls that he was in love with them, and then like he chose one, and the other 2 were pissed. Well, these are the other 2. So they're like, you got.
I did hear about that. I did.
Yeah, they're like, you guys screwed over so bad that we're just gonna bring you both on.
Oh, that's kind of hype though. Like, that was a good gesture.
Yeah, but the only thing is, it's like
you guys win.
That makes it so much like weirder, bro. It's just like because guys either have to go in with, I'm gonna try to date 2 women at the same time, or I'm gonna put all my chips in one basket, which is probably a smart thing. Like, it's
strategy now.
Yeah, it's only creating a toxic environment. Like, why would they do that? But then again, oh yeah, it's reality TV.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, I know exactly why they're making a toxic environment.
Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun to watch. It's fun like to watch like a couple weeks in as like the testosterone builds and like the guys start fighting. Like, that's like the best.
Do you like? So you have like all the guys been like met and stuff? Are they like announced?
Yeah. So only the first episode just dropped. And it's like they introduced themselves to the 2 ladies in this season, and they all like. What?
Anyone do anything like weird? Because I know like they
do
the intro.
That's the whole. It's why it's like the best and the worst to watch, because like it's so damn cringy. Some of these things these guys do. Sometimes they're good. But most of them is so cringy, and they got to do something unique so you stand out between 40 men. So
it's 40.
It's like Nah, probably not 40, but you know what I'm saying. It's a lot of men.
Okay, I
Too
was
much
like,
men.
oh,
But like,
that's
so
insane. It's a roster. That's an NFL roster.
so two of the ones that were like so cringy, they literally got like dumped immediately. One dude was a
Yeah.
magician and he tried doing like tricks and they're like, oh, like ha 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 ha, and like he after a while like they met everybody, they like, talked to them one on one and he was doing like more tricks and like, oh, wow, yay. And then there's two, they were twins, but they were like that weird kind of twins. They dressed the same. They're like, I can read his thoughts from across the room, like that kind of shit, bro. Like they sent them three, like they didn't even give their own like interview to say goodbye. They put them all three together. They're like, all right, yeah, we just like they didn't like we don't feel it at all. Like there's no chance. You might as well just leave now. So that was heartbreaking.
Imagine you get picked for the Bachelorette and like on site, they're just like, listen,
Dude,
like,
this is
It's in
they-
for you,
they-
dude.
they definitely picked those dudes on purpose. Like
Oh,
get-
yeah.
Sure.
and I bet they knew that going in. You have to. There's no way you're like, my magic trick is just got me on the Bachelorette.
Bro, I honestly think he did. Like it was like watching a bad comedy. Like it was so sad. Now on the flip side, there were two guys that I thought were dope. Like you gotta have your favorites right away. First guy was named Jacob. He came out on a horse, white stallion, and he was shirtless and he had long hair. And I gotta say, this man was probably the most handsome man I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. Like, dude, this man was like legit beautiful. Like straight out of like a divorced mom's like romance novel. Like right on the cover of that shit. Like that kind of dude. He was stunning. And he was like a bro and he just dope guy. Second cool guy I liked, his name was Hayden, and there's no bias behind that at all, I promise. But his name was Hayden, and he was a smooth talking motherfucker, and like he was killing it, bro, and like
No bias.
no bias at all. But yeah, those are my two favorites. It's gonna be an interesting season. I will provide updates each week.
I love it.
How
I
long
feel
is it?
I'm in the loop. I'm gonna be in the loop this year, dude.
It's at least like 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, I'd say.
One
Oh, it's
episode
that
a week.
short? I thought it was like going to be like 10, 12.
I could text Bailey, honestly. I'll see what she says.
Is there one episode a week?
Yeah, sometimes there's two. Like they'll do Monday, Tuesday if it's like super juicy.
Ooh.
I love that you just said that. That just made that made you if it gets super juicy.
Bro, I've been watching this shit like I thought it was so lame, and then my parents got divorced in middle, like when I was in elementary school, but in middle school, my dad was like, "Hey, do you want to come over to this girl who's dating Betsy to watch The Bachelorette?" And I was like, "Why the hell would I want to do that? That's so lame. Like, what are you doing, Brian?" He's like, "Well, her daughter is a grade above you." And then I knew who her daughter was. And I was like, "Ooh, she's hot. Like, I will watch The Bachelorette for sure." So we went over, and like obviously I was nervous. I was a 7th grade guy. I didn't really say much, but like we would go over every week to where it became like more comfortable, and like we would just like hang out, and eventually they became like really close family friends. Like my dad and the girl didn't even date; they just became like they friend zone each other. And then me and Rachel were really good friends too. But like we would literally watch The Bachelor and The Bachelorette every season. Like when I was in high school, it was dope. And then, when I say that out loud, that's probably so lame, honestly. But I don't care. I think it's them.
That's awesome. That was so.
Story.
You were so into it too. I love that.
I really was, bro. Like, 'cause, like, dude, honestly, I mean, even when I was living in the frat, I would live in the frat and I would watch The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise, and like pledges would come in. They're like, "What the fuck you watching?" I'm like, "Dude, The Bachelorette. Give it a shot." They're like, "All right, whatever." And they'd sit down. By the time they're leaving, like, "Oh my God, Greg! Like, how the fuck could you do that to him?" You know? Like, they're all so into it, bro. It's fire. It's so fire.
I will say I've watched it like sparingly, like because I have a few friends back here that were into it. And like I've watched a few episodes, and like you can get into it. You really can.
You really
like,
can. It's so easy. Every season, I'm like, I don't think this is for me. I try to find an excuse not to watch it. And then Bailey, my wife's always like, "Come on, just like one episode." And I was like, "All right, fine." And by the end of it, I'm like,
if I have to.
yeah.
So so Hayden speaks for all of us when we are standing people. Who are we rooting for? Hayden and Jacob?
Hayden and Jacob. That's top two right now. Now I will say, go ahead.
Got it. No, yeah, that's all I had. I was just
I
making
said,
sure.
I will say that early episodes aren't that revealing. Like it takes a little bit. Like a couple bachelorettes ago, I picked this one guy as my favorite because he had a dope suit, and then he ended up being like the biggest douche villain. Like it was the worst character everybody hated. So I was like, yeah, I don't have good judgment right away. It's gonna take a little bit. Hayden and Jacob might be douchebags. Well, Jacob might be a douchebag, but we'll have to wait.
So,
Could be
like, if you had to like guess how many dudes there are, how many actually are there on the show?
25 to 30.
Okay, so do you think you could do like a top 10 power rankings each week?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think we could. I think we should like fill that in on Twitter.
I'll-
On Twitter.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Absolutely. And
Just
I won't
like,
do like my favorites. I'll do like who I think's like doing the best.
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. And
I love that.
Do your own Bachelorette power rankings. That'd
Hell
be
yeah.
great.
The power rankings. That's awesome. Anything else on the Bachelorette?
It's gonna be gossipy. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be juicy.
It's gonna be hot. I love it, dude.
You heard it here first. Hayden DeMico. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be juicy. All right, let's move on to some Major League Baseball. Where
I've been
I'm
waiting
not
for this
sure-
all day, dude. I'm so excited to talk baseball.
I'm not sure if you guys have heard, but there is an absolute freight train running through Major
Seattle.
League Baseball.
Oh, it's the Mariners, isn't it?
No. The Mariners are just like having a super quiet win streak. We're
Dude,
the
that's
ones
what I,
doing it
Go
loud.
ahead. You go ahead. because
Like
it is
kind of sucks. It does kind of suck because like we have a 10-game win streak for the first time since like 1996, and like another team who is also young and up and coming is having it identical. So we just keep one-upping each other, and it gets like I want the spotlight just to be on us. Like we last 30 games, Orioles are 21-9. Which is the best in the AL East. We'd be in first place because the Yankees suck. But that's besides the point. Actually, Toronto sucks. Well, I'll get into that in a little bit. The Orioles are a freight train. These are my favorite part about this team is they're like really not like the greatest baseball players. Like our 7 through 9 each night is like it's a toss-up on like who the hell we're gonna throw out there. But it's just a bunch of dogs who go out there and play ball. They just want to win, and they just do like the craziest stuff. And some of it's been lucky. I'm not going to lie. It takes some luck. Like the Angels are just really bad at baseball. Like I'll just be real. Angels are extremely bad at the game of baseball right now. But the O's are hot, and like so that's my rake is the Baltimore Orioles absolute freight train wagon. It's going to suck because I know they're going to trade someone in the next like 2 weeks because we can't abandon the rebuild. We have to stick to the plan. But like Mancini's probably getting traded, Trey Mancini, not Jake Mancini. But
I'm getting traded at least 2 firsts for me.
At least 2 firsts for Mancini. But Trey Mancini getting traded, that's going to suck. But you got to stick it. We got insane draft. We got number 1 overall pick Sunday. We got the number 4, number 5 prospects in the league. The O's are coming.
Insane. That is insane.
The O's are coming.
Number 1 pick this year. Anyways, my rake is the other team that's on a 10-game win streak. I have the Orioles and the Mariners, but like you said, dude, the Orioles are getting all the Mariners or all the love. The Mariners need some love out here. Like the Seattle Mariners, the Orioles are 500, right? 44, 44, 45.
Oh, 40, 45, and 44. We got above it.
Okay, you're above 500. Sorry, no disrespect. The Mariners are 47, 42. They're also on a 10-game win streak. And there's no one talking about it. Their roster is awesome. Like, Suarez is playing good ball. The 2 Reds that got traded out there, they're playing great. Winker's awesome. J-Rod is an absolute stud. Julio Rodriguez is a stud, and he had a really slow start when he got called up or to start the season. Mm-hmm. And he is just he's proving why he was a top prospect in their farm system and in the league. They are awesome. They're fun to watch. No one's talking about them. Lucas Gilbert is an absolute beast. Robbie Ray is a beast. Their pitching staff is good. Like I picked them earlier as my dark horse to win it all, and then they were playing terrible baseball. And
Horrible baseball.
It looked like the worst take that we've released on this show. And now they're back, and they're right there fighting in the wild card. 47-42, 10-game win streak. beating good teams. Like they just swept the Blue Jays. 10-game win streak. Granted, I think 3 of those were the A's, but you got to beat the shit turd. You have to.
You got to beat the teams you're better than.
You have to. Yeah. But Mariners are my rakes. I hope they keep it up, dude. I really hope they make the wild card and make a run in the playoffs because that'd be a team that I'd love to watch in the playoffs.
So my rake was going to be the Pirates win streak because I was like, oh, yeah, me too, guys, because they were on a 4-game win streak, and I was going to wait till 5 to get excited. And, of course, they lost. I don't really watch baseball that much besides, like, the end of Pirate games or, like, if the Yankees are playing the Red Sox or some shit like that.
Yeah, the big
rake,
ones.
Yeah, my rake is the city of Columbus because the Blue Jackets just signed Johnny Gaudreau.
Yeah.
He's one of the best players in the NHL, like top 5 probably. And his nickname's Johnny Hockey. You don't get the nickname your name in the sport.
Sweet. I didn't know that. Now I'm hyped.
That's insane.
Yeah, you don't get that nickname of your name in the sport you play unless you're filthy. And like he chose Columbus over like New York, Philadelphia, like big market cities. And I think it could be because our income tax laws are probably better. But, like, dude, the Blue Jackets are going to be nice, and Columbus is going to be popping. And it honestly makes them – Blue Jackets and Penguins are huge rivals. It's going to make that game so much more entertaining. We used to just shit on it.
Because I know I'm not a big hockey guy, but I have always rooted for the Blue Jackets, being in Ohio, and that's been my team.
Yeah.
But I saw that guy. I didn't know who he was. Didn't know he was Johnny Hockey. But I did see that SportsCenter tweeted about the Blue Jackets, and I don't think I've ever seen that in my lifetime.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
That's huge to have a guy named with your sport, Johnny Hockey. I feel like you got to like SportsCenter's got to put that in the breaking news because I saw that too, and like I would have probably had a completely different reaction had I known that was a thing. Because
Last time Ohio got a man of Johnny with a sport name after it, it didn't end too well.
I was thinking that too. Yeah. But,
maybe this is a test. Maybe if he just like completely falls off, there's a curse.
Yeah.
The state of Ohio has a curse where it's Johnny.
Johnny's just Johnny as a whole.
Yeah, just people don't like people named Johnny.
Hayden, what's your rake?
It's a good rake. He just said it.
Or take.
My take is old heads that think they can speak down to the younger generation just because they're veterans. Because people like Lamar Jackson and Ja Morant will come back at you with all they have. Who was that dude? Bernard Pollard? What was that his name?
Bernard Pollard. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, like the fact that Lamar, like most of Lamar's argument was just calling him Bernard, like that just obliterates you from the get. Like
he kept on putting it in all caps too.
Yeah, or like Ja Morant, like they lost to the people who won the finals, and he's still talking shit. Like, man, they weren't shit, bro. We're still on their head. It don't matter. I mean, because like for real, like, why are you gonna bring up a team you beat in the second round when you just won the finals? Like,
Ja was also
talk shit without getting without expecting to get back.
I love it.
That Bernard Pollard thing is wild because he's hated Lamar for like 5 years. He hates the Ravens organization because we cut him. Because we cut him after the Super Bowl. Like, so he just has a hatred towards us. And he never liked Harbaugh. And then he didn't like Lamar in college because he was a mobile quarterback. And they got drafted to the Ravens. So he's just been tweeting at Lamar. Like, he asks Lamar all the time. And like, we'll just be calling him trash and like trashing on the Ravens. And like Lamar just finally had enough of it last night and just was dragging homie through the fucking mud. Like it was bad. And then like Cameron Jordan and all these other like NFL players from different teams were like, go get him, Lamar. Like, and they were talking shit to Bernard. I was like, Bernard Pollard, he's a peewee football coach now. Yeah. He tried to make a comeback 2 years ago after being out of the league for 6 seasons. He was like, I'm having a comeback, and no one showed up to his tryout. So people were bringing that up. It was so funny. Last time was a great.
Ravens fans do or do not refer to him as champ.
Oh no, he actually had like 3 like huge missed tackles in the Super Bowl. That's what that's what Lamar posted a clip and was like, I was rooting for the Ravens, and I was so mad back then because I wanted to slap 31 for missing this tackle. And they goes, that. He was like, "Bruh, that's you?" And like he was just going on.
Oh my
And
God, I
Lamar was talking about, he was like, if we got one-on-one matchup, you'd be cut after the play. And like all of this stuff. Like Lamar was hooking him. And then Bernard Pollard like posted a 6-second highlight from college, and Lamar quote tweeted it was like, "Bruh talking with a 6-second highlight reel from college," and like he was just getting cooked the entire night.
This poor guy. What is he trying to do?
It's just tough. That's a ridiculous. And then people found Bernard Pollard's tweets from the 2018 draft, and he was like, Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen have bust written all over them. He was like,
oh my God.
And he was like, Baker.
We need to quit giving this guy attention.
Yeah, like it literally, like he was talking about Baker, Rosen, and Darnold were going to be like the future of the NFL, and Lamar and Allen were going to be like busts. And that's just like a horrible, like that is so atrocious.
Those are good rakes and takes, though. I like those. I like because Hayden kind of keeps it outside of baseball sometimes, and it's like it's good mixed up. My take, this might be the only chance I get to do it. So my take is the Yankees and Aaron Judge, more specifically. The Yankees have they blew 2-3 straight, 2 against the Red Sox, and then 1 against the Reds, the Redlegs, who were at the time on a 5-game win streak before almost losing to them again last night, while their starter only made it through 2 innings because the 7, 8, 9 batters for the Reds went back to back to back. Granted, we lost the game. The Yankees, you are struggling against the 3rd worst team in baseball. You have bigger problems at your plate than we do. Like, the Reds have committed to the rebuild. The Yankees are in a win now situation, and they're just in midseason blow up form, and that's okay because this is the perfect lead up to what the Yankees do best: choking in the playoff.
Bro, that comeback was crazy.
Dude, 9th inning, Clay Holmes, supposed to be the best closer in baseball, forgot how to throw a strike. What? Come on now. Jonathan India, two strike at bat, 0-2 count, fouls a couple off, little blooper into center field. I love it. 4-3 Reds win. We should have won again last night. It's all right. Dude, if you would have told me this is how the first 2 games against the Yankees would have went, I probably would have kissed you on the mouth. But Aaron Judge
would have gotten intense.
Specific. Aaron Judge, to be more specific, supposed to be a $200 million player, right? He is 0-5 against the Reds with 4 strikeouts and 1 walk. His biggest stat is that this season the Reds are kind of his daddy. Like Aaron Judge should start calling the Reds daddy.
Bro, it's crazy that a walk goes against you in your batting average.
It doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
You just said that he went 0 for 5 and was a walk.
That's like the only highlight that he has against the Reds.
Yeah, it doesn't. So it doesn't go as so if you walk in if you walk in your first at bat, you're still 0 for 0 with a walk.
Yeah. I guess
it doesn't count as that bad.
I could have worded that differently, but
baseball's fun. It's a lot of weird stats.
Bro, I learn a new stat about baseball once a week, or at least 3 new things every season.
Dude, there's
I
so
still
much
don't know
to
what slugging means.
That's how much the percentage of your hits that are extra base hits.
Is it
like a home run is 4,000?
Is it 1 point for first base, 2 points for second, 3 not those points obviously, but it's like the more the farther you go, the higher it.
Essentially. So if say you in your first career at bat you hit a home run, you have 4,000 slugging.
Pretty nice.
Triple, 1 for 1 with a triple, you have 3,000.
And then is it 2,000, 1,000?
Yeah. And then it just averages out based off your career at bats.
Yeah.
But nobody even looks at slugging anymore. They look at OPS, which is a whole nother conversation we can get into. But
it's all Moneyball's about.
It's all
that's OBS, on base percentage, OBP.
Yeah.
What's OPS?
On base plus slugging.
Literally just it's literally
that shit, bro.
It's the 2 added together.
Analytics, man, it's becoming that's what people look at. OPS is what people want right now. That's what every
OPS
team's
and
looking
WAR.
for.
OPS and WAR.
wins above
determines your Hall of
replacement.
Fame status.
Literally. Past like 4 MVPs have just been whoever has the highest WAR.
Yep.
That's why like Trout's won it twice and Shohei.
Balger,
But they
who's your
can't- but they
rake?
can't win.
Then you guys.
My
wanna
rake
wrap
is
this up?
so my rake is the Toronto Blue Jays, supposed to be the absolute like monsters of the AL East. We're looking like a juggernaut. They were talking all this hype. They got Kevin Gausman, they had Vladdy, Bo Bichette, all of them. And then they kind of suck right now. They fired Montoya, the manager, because they were like 1-11 in their last 12. Like they are playing bad baseball right now. And the Orioles are about to pass them. The Orioles are about to catch the Blue Jays. It's absolutely crazy. I mean, the Orioles are about to catch a lot of people. But the Blue Jays are just playing bad baseball. It gets as simple as that. Like, for how much talent they have, and they just keep blowing games. Like, they'll be winning. Every time you look, like, you see a Blue Jays highlight, they're winning. And then you see the final score, and they've lost. And you're like, what? Like, you'll be like, oh, Vladdy, 3-run home run. Jays are up 5-2. Like 20 minutes later, it's like final Rangers beat Jays 6-5. And you're like, how did that happen? And you're just like, oh, they gave up 5 runs in the 9th inning. Like they're just playing bad baseball in the clutch right now. Kevin Gausman not making the All-Star game for the season he has is just the icing on top for bad beats because he's been top 5 pitcher in the AL, doesn't make the All-Star team, and then they just suck right now. So tough for him. That's a big L for him. But Toronto, do better.
I feel like you also got to mention the Vlad Guerrero Jr. quote at the beginning of the season where he stated last year was the trailer and this year you're going to see the movie.
Yeah.
I always love
The
when
movie's
athletes
not
have
looking
really
good.
bad quotes. Like quotes are coming to bite you in the butt.
Like Pat
Those
Bev.
are always the best. Yeah, Pat Bev does really good at that.
And then like it's not even like
3
a
years,
bad
5
quote,
years, 3
but
years.
Dion Waiters, I'd rather go 0 for 30 than 0 for 9 because if you shoot 0 for 9, that means you gave up, you lost confidence. That's a great one. That's an all-time quote.
That's a great quote.
Putting that.
It's a great point.
I love throwing that out there whenever I lose a few bets in a row. You know, it means you lost confidence. It means you lost confidence. All right. Hey, do you have a fun fact?
I do. Do you guys have like a player and a word?
Yeah, I have a player.
I haven't had my word, dude. I think it's kind of lame, and I might be brainstorming for a new outro thing. But I don't know. I've been branching off the word of the day.
My player is really quick. Ryan Flaherty. I only pick him because he literally only was on the Orioles for like 3 years. He was not good. He just played every position, and Buck Showalter loved him. Was the only reason he would like hit like 120. Was on the team no matter what. Ends up he's now like the assistant manager or coach for the Padres, and whenever their coach got suspended for like 5 games, he stepped in and went like 3-2. So like, good for Ryan Flaherty. He's like 32 years old still.
He's a winner.
Just like, he's literally coaching Manny Machado, and he's like 3 years older than him. And they were on the Orioles together. Like Ryan Flaherty was the Rule 5 pick, Machado's rookie year, so they were rookies together. And now Flaherty's like his manager. Which also shows you how bad Ryan Flaherty was at the game of baseball. But hey, maybe he's just a big coach guy.
Big coach guy.
Hayden, what you got for the old fact?
All right, so I'm gonna tell you a quick little story about. I'm gonna try to get this right. Ludmila Mikhailovna Pavlichenko. She is a Russian sniper from World War II. She is the deadliest female sniper of all time. And also, I could just compare the numbers. I would say deadliest sniper of all time because Chris Kyle.
Check the stats.
Yeah, Chris Kyle, who was proclaimed the deadliest sniper, maybe in U.S. history or whatever, he had 160 kills. She had 309. And she was injured in war 4 times. So she was the deadliest female sniper. I would say most successful female sniper, if you ask me. She did her job pretty good. She killed 309 Nazis. She said, she was quoted as saying, when someone was like, I know it's like you're doing a good deed to find the bad guys, but like, does it ever get to you? Do you ever feel bad about that? And she was like, any Nazi alive will kill women, children, and old folk. Killing Nazis saves lives, so no, I don't feel bad. The only good Nazi is a dead Nazi. And
so she was like badass.
she was a badass motherfucker. And she became like really like Eleanor Roosevelt, Franklin Delano Roosevelt's wife. They wrote to her, was like, I'm a huge fan. Like, we should hang out. And she was like, okay, for sure. And then so she was the first
trumpets.
Yeah, exactly. She was the first Soviet to visit the White House, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive. But if I am wrong, you can't hold it against me. But she was like at least one of the first Soviets to visit the White House. And like, surprise, surprise, she got over here, and the men were like, man, that outfit doesn't make you look good. Like, do all Russian women dress like that? Like, look how our women dress. Like, they're a lot hotter. And she was like, I've killed 310 men. Do you think I care about your opinion of my body? And like, people started clapping and shit like that, bro. Like, she was badass, dude.
Imagine getting roasted and then everyone around you in the room starts clapping. Could you imagine? Like, you get owned so badly, the entire room stops what they're doing and starts clapping for you. You got to leave. You have to leave.
Dude, she got injured at war 4 times. They're like, all right, you should probably call it a career. She's like, nah, fuck it. I put the team on my back and just fucking kept killing people.
She just kept going. Shooters, shoot. She
sure did. I think she said like of her 310 kills, 62 of them were snipers themselves.
Damn.
She got range.
Dude, yeah. She was no-scoping motherfuckers out there, bro.
Probably looking at the person beside her like, watch this YY 360 no-scope.
You think the little thing comes up above the head? She's like, hit marker.
Yeah.
Shoots it like this and just doesn't even look. Just like, did you hit him? He's dead.
He's dead. He's dead.
Just trust me.
Yeah, that's my little fact there.
Can you say your name one more time?
Lyudmila Mikhailovna Pavlichenko.
It sounded a lot tougher the first time.
Okay, well.
It's a wild name. Props to you. I would have called her something like a nickname.
Bloody.
The Bloody. She got that dog in her.
Sniper girl. That's what I was called her.
Sniper girl Kodak.
So yeah, I think that's we got anything else?
How many followers we up to right now?
Like 171, 170 around there.
Yeah, like at 200, 250 is the next giveaway.
250. So we'll get there hopefully by next episode. We'll be posting a lot of clips of this. So yeah,
we'll get a little more active. Blunder with some more fire tweets.
That's why
check what's trending.
Hell yeah.
Love y'all. Peace out.
Peace.